Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So if you have been here a little while, you will know that this year I have started a newer segment, and that is a spin-off from last year's segment that I did. So all of last year, on a Monday, I would do something called Magazine Mondays. And that is because I have a huge stack of crochet magazines in my stash upstairs. And I thought it would be a really lovely little moment of time with you on a Monday to go through some of those magazines, to give you some inspiration, to let you know that you can still get some of these patterns out there, and to showcase a UK publicised crochet magazine. Now, I went through all of those magazines with you, so this year I decided to take it a step further. I will now this year be making things from those magazines. So this is indeed Magazine Makes. Now, I do believe that this is make number 2 or 3. 3. Make number 3, because I have made a cowl, I have made a sweater, and now I am making a filet crochet wrap. So I will put all previous episodes of Magazine Makes down in the description box. They have their own little playlist. So please do go back and watch the previous episodes if you are not familiar with what on earth I am talking about, or if you just want to go back and remind yourselves. Now, the UK magazine was Simply Crochet Magazine. And for this make in particular, I am using issue 83. And the wrap that I am making is this one here. Filet crochet. I've done some in the past, but not a massive amount. So I thought I would revisit it and I would make this filet crochet wrap, and this is going to be gifted as a hug to someone super duper special. Now, as you can see, the pattern is repeated 6 times, but the way in which you actually make this wrap is from working this way. So let's turn the magazine around. Let's not show any pattern. You chain the length of the side and you work the pattern this way. Now, in the first progress video for this make, I had done one of what I'm calling these snowflakes. And then last time I had managed to do another full one. Now, how much have I managed to do this time? I will reveal all. Now, after I had done the first 2, I decided to cut the cake off that I was using and attach another one. So the first 2 are going to be one cake, the middle 2 are going to be a different cake, and then the last 2 I'm going to go back to the second cake that is the same as the first. So the first cake that I put in was the Elise Bella Ombre Batik. It is 100% cotton, and it ombres from a super pale blue out to this darker blue here. And this yarn is 250 grams or 8.82 ounces, 900 meters or 984 yards. You hand wash, don't bleach, lay flat to dry, dry clean using pea, low iron, don't tumble. And it recommends a 1 to 3, 1 to 3 millimeter hook and a 2 to 4 millimeter needles, I think. And it is supposedly, excuse me, a light worsted 3 or DK. Now, it is a very thin DK in my opinion. It is more like a 2 weight. It works up absolutely gorgeously, although it does have the tendency to tangle. It has the Ecotech standard, and I'm assuming that it is made in Turkey. Yes, made in Turkey. And this is colour 7407. So the first 2 repeats, I used most of a cake of this. And then where we left off, oh, let me show you those 2 first. Let's do this in order. So the first 2 cakes, you've already seen this, but this is just a quick catch up to where we left off last time. The first 2 cakes look a little bit like this. So I started off with the pale blue in the middle, and then we worked our way through the darker blues, and hopefully the fillet pattern is showing fairly clearly for you. And then right there where the yellow stitch marker is at the top, that is where I left it last time. I had done 2 full repeats. I then came on, I showed you that, and I said what I think I'm going to do for the middle 2 repeats is I am going to pull one of my Stenley cakes off my shelf, and that is exactly what I did. Now, I hadn't used Stenley until I started working on this one, and it is a lovely yarn to use, but this one in particular, the sparkle thread that is wrapped around the cotton thread has a tendency to split, to come away, and to ping in crazy fashion in all different directions. So you do have to be a little bit mindful of that when working with it. And I chose a Stenley Candy Opal. That is a very dark blue. It is not black, but you can just see how twinkly gorgeous it is. And already it is looking quite floppy. Now, the Candy Opal is a number 2 fine, and it is practically the same size as the Elise. So they have worked beautifully together. This is 85% soft cotton and 15% lurex. The lurex is the sparkle. It recommends a 3 to 4 millimeter knitting needle and a 0 to 2 hook. Wash up to 30 degrees Celsius, low iron, do not bleach, do not tumble, dry clean using P, lay flat to dry. This is from Bulgaria. And it doesn't give me a colour name or anything like that either, but it is all shades of blue. And I also was querying how to work the colours. Now, in the end, I did decide that because I had started on the pale blue of the Elise, I went pale blue to dark. For the Stenley, I'm going to do pale blue to dark. And then for the final Elise, I'm going to do pale blue to dark. So even though one end is going to be super light and one end is going to be darker, if it had gone far enough, I would have gone light to dark and then dark to light and mirrored it so that each end was the same. Because I've had to bring the Stenley in, I just thought by doing it the same light to dark for the 3 meant when it's held out in one long piece, you can see that the colour repeats are all the same direction that way. So yes. How many repeats did I do? Did I just stick to my 1 repeat or did I go further? Well, let's reveal it, shall we? So again, the yellow stitch marker is where I was last time. And now I am going to reveal how far I got. So above the, oh, the stitch marker's spun around now. Of course it has. Okay. So from above the stitch marker is what I have managed to do this time. So as you can see, there is 1 repeat and a half. So I did 1.5 repeats this time. Now the Stenley is slightly different in that it has more colours of blue, therefore there is more of a striping going on. But I just think that gives a level of interest in the centre of the wrap because we've got a more gradual muted ombre this end. We're going to have stripy, funky, glittery in the middle. And then we'll go out to the muted ombre end, the other end as well. Now, it is super duper sparkly. I'll give you a closer look at some of the colourways in this. There we go. Absolutely stunning. And it means that I have got further on, even more further with it than even I anticipated. So yes, another repeat and a half has gone in to this gorgeous, gorgeous wrap. Now it will mean that when this wrap is finished, it is going to be pretty sizable. But that's okay because it just means that the recipient can wrap themselves up even more in my love and hugs, doesn't it, eh? So yes, and that is what I meant by working it sideways, because of course it is going to be this way that you wear it. But in order to make it, I'm going to wear it this way. But in order to make it, we actually work the shorter side. I hope that makes sense. And there we go. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think the sparkles and the stripes in the middle will give it some interest, especially on the recipient's back. And because they are all different shades of blue, it is almost guaranteed to go with pretty much any outfit because blue is a lovely neutral in my opinion. So there we have it. How far am I going to get next time? Who knows? I do these videos about once a month. I try and give you my progress. I am going to try and get this done for Christmas. It may be just after Christmas. It depends how much work I can get into it. But I'm hoping that my next sitting, I can get another 1.5. So then I will be at the 5 repeat mark and only have 1 repeat left. But we shall see. There's 6 repeats in total, and so far I have done 3.5. So I am well over the halfway point, but there is still quite a bit of work to go into that project. But every stitch is made with love. I am really, really enjoying the filet crochet because I haven't done it for quite a while. Like I said, the Stenley is nice to work with, but a little bit troublesome with that sparkle. If I show you here quickly, as you can see, I don't know if you can because of the lighting. Let's have a look. Can you see? That sparkle thread very easily comes away from the cotton. And if that happens, it kind of pings and twangs and you have to pull out your stitches and try and catch it again so that it is intertwined on that cotton string. So apart from the sparkles being a teensy bit troublesome, it is working up absolutely fine. I am sure the recipient is going to absolutely love it because blue is their favourite colour. And to make it, I am using my 4.0mm dots, my 4mm. And you know I love my dots hooks. I absolutely adore them. Now, will I buy more Stenley? Yes, I will. Am I going to do it fairly soon? No, I'm not, because I'm actually filled to bursting back here. But it was really lovely because it was the first time I had used the Elise. It's the first time I have used the Candy Opal from Stenley, or any Stenley, to be honest with you. And it's been a while since I've done the filet crochet, so this is ticking all the boxes for me. And like I said, it will end up being a wonderful hug for one of my super special, wonderful friends who I love very, very much. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please do come back tomorrow for, I think it might actually be my stash down statistics. So yes, please do come back for that. Find out how much yarn I have managed to bash from my stash for the month of August. And until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.